They'll be calling you a radical, so I want to talk about my activism. I've been released. I could start traveling and doing my work again. I got released on the 27th, so by the hospital. So I'm doing good. I feel good. I feel strong. So I want to talk about the lying propaganda machine called the Oregon ODFW, WDFW. Let's talk about the reality of the salmon numbers in the aggregate. Yeah, you're going to get a day spike somewhere. Bobby, let's get real. The Willamette summer Chinook, our steelhead run is over. It's over. Over. 2,652. 10-year mean, 35,000. You heard me right, 35,000. Okay, Bonneville. What are they sitting at right now? 15, 16,000? Where should they be? Well over 100,000. Okay, Copper River comes in at 720. They're done. 20,000 over. Oh, that wasn't too much lower than last year's 800,000. When last year was projected at 1.6 million, this year was projected at 1.8 million. Oh, nothing to see here. So there's some lying propaganda. Oh, there's a little run going on the rogue. No, there's not. I just called the rogue. I mean, there might be a few guys catching a few here and there. There's 400 for this season in the hatchery. We can go up. We got boots on the ground there. We go there. We monitor these like crazy. We got people there. No propaganda me. You know, so what's the Fraser guy? You know, oh, it's all good. Now remember, this is on record escapement. Everybody's talking, oh, it's the pasture, it's the pasture. Now I'm talking about, okay, where I'm going. So I was going to Southern California, but what happened there, I was going for the San Onofre waste herring, was scheduled in Monterey, then they moved to Laguna. It was supposed to be on the 4th of August. It's been moved again to October. So, you know, there's been some people shooting some tide pool videos, so I can confirm, without me being there, they're just as dead as when I shot video last year, the year before. I've shot video of all of them. You need to look at the tide pools. I got whole sets of them, all of them, up and down the whole coast. Walked and tried, I mean, hundreds of videos. So, brava, magnifico. I want to talk about Italy. I want to talk about the nuclear crime syndicate. The nuclear crime syndicate versus the Italian mob. So, in Italy, they put 5 nuclear reactors. You know, 30, 40 years. They have 5. Italy's populace is, we're artisans. No, fuck that. Get rid of them. They forced them to. The people of Italy says, fuck you, cartel, you're done. Closed them all. So it's been a big deal on the waste, and really tied right here in Utah. So it's been trying to come here forever and ever and ever. It's been trying to come to the waste. Now, see, watch this guy. This guy will get mad because he's riding his bike on the sidewalk, which, by the way, is against the law. Excuse me. Bike trail right there. So, Mike Lee got caught red-handed by me, that scumbag. We went out to the Energy Solutions, me and Dad, who's a neurosurgeon. We zoomed in on thing. We're the one that caught him. We're the one that caught him, the cows. Dirty Herbie, our governor, you know, me and him's been working together. They want to bring this place, so they got nowhere to put it. So let's just keep making more, the president of Italy says. He comes in 2008, says, oh, we're going to make, but let me tell you something about Italy. They got a mob over there that keeps their, I will quote my new son-in-law, born and raised over there. That's what I'm going over for, is the wedding. And I want to learn something from the good, strong Italian anti-nuclear activists, because they're some of the best in the world. The most accomplished, you know, in that part of the world. Austria, Frida just passed. Mazda, who's probably the best, maybe in history. But the Italians have been so good. So this asshole comes in, well, he says, oh no, these crooked politicians, we have what we call the mob that keeps them in check. So the mob goes in and says, what the fuck are you talking about? You're not doing it. And then, of course, Fukushima happens. So the mob gets these politicians, says, no. Forces them to go to the populace and vote. So they vote. Now get this. I mean, you could have a vote on whether your heart's in your chest. You could have a vote whether up is up or down is down. You could have the United States alphabet starts with the letter A. You could have a vote, you're going to get 20% that are going to vote against it no matter what, because that's just insanity. So they vote. I've never heard of such a landslide. 94% to 6. Get the fuck out. Well, this is the nuclear crime syndicate, right? Right? We don't give a fuck what the American public, just like when they built Diablo. We were all against it. They still build it. They do it anyway. They don't care. These fucking scumbags. So, the mob, you can look it up. I'll post links 2012. G execs, Chicago Bridge X, Westinghouse, bankrupt, looting, thieving, freaking mass murder, eugenic scumbags. They've set up in Italy, working with their politicians to bribe politicians. What they do here, which Mike Lee and gang and all of them, they take bribe here. State houses at the Fed level, state senators to your federal senators, to, you know, the presidents of the United States. Please allow me to introduce myself. Donnie, freaking good trumpet, good puppet, pro-nuclear fool Trump. Just like Barry Antoinette let them eat yellow cake, that good dumb puppet Obama. So they come in. And the mob says, oh yeah? So they kneecapped one of the freaking, you heard me right. For real. I'll post the link. They kneecapped one of the execs. You got 24 hours to get the fuck out. But we will fucking take care of all of them. Oh, they fled. Oh, they fled. I mean, these fucking... Nothing stops these rats. No changes are permanent. Don't put my mind down as fucking Eric because I don't fucking flag no web. Now, it's like I posted earlier today. We boycotted the 1980 Olympics. For what? For what? To block, because a bunch of Russian military masking as Russian oligarchs moved into Afghanistan to export their oil, to extract their poppy fields. So fuck that, we're not allowing that. They can't freaking go cross borders, they can't nation move. No way, we're boycotting those Olympics. And by the way, those Eastern European athletes are really men. Huh, Bruce Jenner was the greatest I'm confused. So, what? Good old USA has been there for 15 years to export oil and poppy fields for Russian oligarchs. Russia has occupied the White House. The oligarchs, they will never leave. A spy who loved me. Octopussy, octopussy, bravo, bravo. Fucking pussy galore. So, I'll be in Italy. So, first, the Enola Gay Hangar. We do that event on the 6th every single year. I've been saying we should do it on the 5th this year at St. Patrick. I've been doing it for 40 years. You know, a lot of the Femen girls who were originally Femen way back, Annika and I used to do it. We used to have a pretty cool event. You can look up videos. We did it. They're cool. It's a cool event. We go out there and I don't foil with paper cranes. You know, we do a little event, just call attention. You know, that's where the Enola Gay flew out of. It flew out into the South Sea, loaded the bomb. I will quote Hoover, never in the history of warfare, never in the history of mankind has military as a machine randomly, indiscriminately just wiped out innocent civilians and populaces. Never in the history. Oh, we did it. Yay, go team, I'm a flag waver. So I'm confused. So Afghanistan, I mean, so what flag is it I'm supposed to be waving? I mean, what am I supposed to be doing? I pledge allegiance to the United States of corporatist, of militarism, high-stepping, mayday, 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 every day, mayday, mayday, mayday. We parade our military hardware. Oh yeah, I had my freaking heart freaking opened up, my chest split up on mayday, mayday, parade your military hardware. Huh, up is down, black is white, red. Dead red. Green is dead Putin red. Dead nuclearism red. Oligarchs. So then I go to Italy the 16th. I'm flying to Milan. So I'm going to Milan the 16th. I'm hoping Maximilian Rothschild and his crew can meet me there. And some good activists. I want to hook up with some of the great Italian activists because they're some powerhouses there. I mean, they fight and they're populist. I mean, they fight back. Here in the United States, the whole world is rejecting this thing. The salmon numbers are collapsing. The trees collapse. The well's dead. The tide pools are all dead. Hello, don't tell me things are okay. Don't fucking tell me. I've watched it. I've looked. Don't tell me. You know, I don't talk it. I walk it. Literally. Literally. I don't eat, sleep, drink it. I sleep with it. Given 2 months to live in 2011, full of AML leukemia. The fight is the life. Don't tell me. I've been there. I do the work. I'm not some analysis of analysis. No, I do the work. That's the way it has to be, and don't tell me that the fuck is healthy. It's a catastrophe. The Great Pacific Genocide is very, very real. It's the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. You know, let's go whale watching in the Weber State freaking pond. So, Italy. So here's the deal. Should we put the nuclear waste at WIP? That's in Carlsbad. That blew up, reopened, $2 billion because it's cheap, too cheap to meter. Should we put it in Yucca? Well, you got Edison down there. That kingpin Trump's buddy, he ain't about to let that happen. I mean, those freaking same oligarchs, I mean, they're not about to hurt their tourism economy. So, shoot it into space. Apparently all of you freak out on that one. When Florida, remember Miko Kako, I was there freaking protesting. I'm like, yeah, do it. It's the best, worst option. They're horrible options, so there's no options. There's nowhere to put it. So you in the United States, you say just keep making more. Making more, because it's clean, green, too cheap to meter. What's uranium tailings? What's nuclear waste? It takes more. Know this. This is a fact. There's so much spent fuel in every one of these fucking 104, take one down, pass the nuclear waste around, bottles of fucking nuclear waste on the wall. There's so much nuclear waste in these spent fuel pools. Overcapacity in 1991. Overcapacity. They have to be cooled, just like a hamper. They have to cool them. They use more electricity than they produce to keep the spent fuel pools fucking cool. That's a fact, Jack. Fact. Fact. You know? And even when the reactor's shut down, spent fuel is going to be, because that's, American populace refuses, I mean, shoot it into space, bad idea, of course. Put it in Yucca, bad idea, of course. Put it in WIP, bad idea, of course. There are no good ideas. The robot to keep making more of this fucking shit. So, at least Italy stopped them. You know, they didn't make that much, but they got it. You know, they're trying to deal with it. The i.a.e.a. says, oh, we're proud. I mean, the i.a.e.a.'s come back. By the way, the bags at Fukushima Jam, when I was in Vienna protesting, I have what you call the blanch box in Vienna. It took me a lot. I'm the only one in history that has it. It took a lot of negotiation between, you know, UN security, Austrian police, blah, 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 blah. I got detained inside the UN, Sandra got detained by Austrian police, but we had some advocates, and we had the head of UN security. He settled the whole fight. He drew a box. It's like a third base coach box. That's the blanch box. And he says, Kev, after he detained me, come in. Don't tell anybody, but I'm anti-nuclear. My wife had thyroid cancer. He says, no. And then he put his arm around me and took pictures with me after I was detained. So, but I have permission, and the Austrians are the most anti-nuclear people in the world, and of course the Italians. So I can't wait to get to that. I'm very excited. Holy Moses, because I've never seen it. You know, I've never seen my favorite quote in all of history. And I got so many of them in my head. You know, as I invented tens of thousands of them, literally, is Michelangelo Simoni was asked, well, you're not that great of a painter. By the way, all his paintings are painted over. You do know that. Those aren't his. He painted them nude, and then the Council of Trent came in his own friends panty painted over. Isn't that what everybody does to me? Panty paint over my work because I'm a radical and intense? So are they in Italy, they're radical. They painted those, we call them, you know, they were called diaper painters. I call them panty painters. And that's not my term. I give credit. There was a guy in Manhattan who told me. He's the guy that coined panty painter, which that's what I call it, but I love that term. But Michelangelo Simoni was asked, but you've got to be the greatest sculptor in all of history. And he says, well, I'll tell you why. My wet nurse came from a family of stonemasons. So did I. Everybody says, you a mason? Well, there's a Mason Mountain right there. That's the Paramount Picture freaking mountain. Petaluma Peak. No, I'm a real mason. I split my own fucking rock. I got stars all over. I lay that big fucking granite. It's an incredible fucking gift in art. So I'm a really good fresco artist. Probably the only one in the United States. I got 10,000 frescoes. Everybody's like, what? And I'm not Diego Rivera. I paint my own. I go with my own plaster. I move so quickly. I've got scars all over my body. And so I haven't been able to have a hawk and trowel in my hand for over 6 years now. It's my true love. Michelangelo talked about the hawk and trowel. And, you know, I'll post videos and you can watch me go. Everybody that watched me over the years, even when I was young, they're like, holy fuck. We ain't never seen nothing like that. You know, and I don't sit and do the, you know, I like it, these paint over in drywall mud over sheetrock. Ooh, this is Venetian. yeah, go to Italy and tell them that's fucking real plaster walls. They won't fucking laugh at you. They'll probably fucking kneecap you. Fucking, but I can do real frescoes. I can do real plaster. I can do all of it. You know, big old swags. You know, there's videos of me out there doing it. I want to do some more, but I mean, that's my love. Michelangelo said the hawk and trowel is even more sophisticated than the violin, Mozart. So I'm very, I can't tell you how excited I am to see his work, because he influenced me so much as a child. I had a teacher when I was in 2nd grade, really fantastic teacher, because I was so autistic, I struggled. She led me to the library and she showed me books about Michelangelo. She showed me a little film about Michelangelo and his friend plastering. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? You know, and then my grandfather owned the sand pits, and I mean, I started plastering everywhere, and I loved it so much. Outside, freaking the sun, that long blonde hair, I mean, going across the hall, I mean, then you get a look at that work you've accomplished. I used to be booked up, no shit, for 2.5 years in advance in this town. You can ask anybody in this town. Built the tree and the chisel, hand chiseled the, I mean, all my accomplishments, that's my greatest skill. But I can't wait to see all them great ones over in Italy and talk to the activists that, I mean, they don't fuck around. Taiwan, those great activists, throw them the fuck out. South Korea, throw them the fuck out. China's throwing them the fuck out. Germany's throwing them the fuck out. Switzerland throwing them, Austria throwing them the fuck out a long time. Freedom Eisenbach, one person. I was at her house on the 200th anniversary of Waterloo. Bravad took me over there and I got to spend hours with her. Should have heard her burn through me. She's like, Kevin, I know your dad's path, I know your journey. She says, number one, I'm gonna nominate you for the Alternative Nobel Prize, which apparently I hear she did. And she didn't tell me she was full of cancer. She didn't tell me anything. Holy Moses, she was 88. So the last really thing, she says, no, you are the tip of the spear. You don't know it. I says, yeah, I do know it. She says, well, I never picked it. You never picked it, but it picked you. Don't you dare. She told me, don't you dare drop this spear. You keep doing what you're doing. You fight intensely. I know your father's story. I know your story. It's compelling. It's important. Your path. You fight on. So I'll be in Italy with the, you know, and I'll meet up with the great anti-nuclear activists. And I hope to even get to Munich, where that's the center of the world right now for anti-nuclear energy activism, is in Munich. You know, and of course I'll be in Vienna. I hope to be there for the i.a.e.a conference, when all the, and they don't have it every 2 years, the who's, every one of the rats has got to come through there. And I have the blanch box, and I'm hoping Femmen can show up with me. I've invited them, talking to them and talking to us. Of course, you know, I don't think beautiful freaking girls taking their shirt off is going to be too shocking in Vienna. But it will when we put up the videos. And so, you know, I'm going to stand there where they've all got to see. We know who you are, and we saw what the fuck you did. You killed the Pacific Ocean. We know. They're dumping this waste all over, burning it. They got the permission to take the origin of label off. Only in Fukushima, Japan. I mean, that's how I caught the Italian waste sneaking in here. Mike Lee. The tankers that were coming in, it was labeled. Deb, who's a neurosurgeon, got money, me and her out there, she zoomed in on it. She says, can you read? I says, I can read enough. I can read a little French and I can read a little Italian. I says, yeah, it says nuclear waste. And so, you know, they don't care because it's generational arrogance, right? So I'm confused. Which flag? I pledge allegiance to the United States of nuclearism, to corporate COOs, to Russian oligarchs, to freaking Bavarian freaking Zionists, to freaking police that will kill you for no reason, to firemen who get a paycheck from, to local dog catchers, to freaking any corrupt county commissioner, any corrupt mayor, any corrupt, I mean, the mayor here used to get paid zero. He just passed. Glenn just passed. I knew it. I stuck with his building right. He got paid zero. That wasn't that long ago. The mayor now makes 160 grand a year. I mean, making a living off other people's taxes. Fuck no. So which flag do we pledge to? Because we invaded. Now, we boycotted the 1988 Olympics because Russian oligarchs were using the military to exploit oil, to exploit natural resources, to exploit poppies and sell heroin onto the world's market. That's what we were told. So now the United States, I think it's the United States, I don't know, this mercenary, corporate mercenary called United States militarism, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday every day. They're there for Kashmir. I thought we went to get Osama bin Laden. Wow. Been there how long? For Russian oligarchs to exploit poppy fields and sell into the market and oil. So which team win? I'm confused. Could you tell me? Could you tell me which flag I got to fucking wave? I don't know which one I got to bow to and march in unison to. You know, fascism. Speaking of Italy, you know, I'll get an education over there just like I do when I'm in Austria. Oh, I get an education on the real dynamic of play. And You know, because those people live there, they know. It's a grand place. I'm so excited, and I cannot wait, because you got to realize what kind of fight I've been in the last 6 years. You know, these quacks tried to kill me. Ogden Regional, I've been fighting with them, and I'm doing some videos over there too. I'm throwing them. Get this doctor that treated me in Ogden Regional Hospital, I've dug into him. He represented that he was a doctor. The nurses told me a doctor. The check-in told me he's not a doctor. He went to Western College in Billings, Montana. Doesn't he? I mean, an undergraduate degree, and I don't even know what. He's a chiropractor. He told me I can't give him a pen. He told me to go see my dentist. So I'm fucking suing him. I'm just doing it on my own because I can't get any attorneys to fucking. So can't find an attorney, so I'll be the attorney. There's no resistance, so I'll be the resistance. Got no media, so I'll be the fucking media. They want to capture the art, so I'll fucking be the museum. Stand tuned. See you in Italy on the 16th. I go to Milan, then hopefully to Florence, then hopefully to Rome. Then I got to be at, I don't know, I butcher the name. Is it Salina? Yeah, not California. I've been there this year twice. And Catina. My daughter's getting married there on the, I think the 2nd of September. So it'll be fun. You know, and I want to hook up with the activists in Europe, because they're so accomplished and they're so fucking good. Stay tuned.